Hey, here's something really fun and delicious you can do with your summer tomatoes. First, we're gonna make some pie dough. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, about a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. This is a 1.5 sticks of butter that I have small diced and stuck back in the refrigerator while I get everything else ready. Into the flour, and you can use store-bought pie dough like the sheets that you find in the freezer section, but this is easy, watch. I pulse this maybe 8 to 10 times, then 1 egg yolk, then 2 to 3 tablespoons of cold water, and it will start to resemble wet sand. You can also do a little test where you grab some dough, give it a pinch, and it will stick together just like that. Then we'll turn our dough out onto some plastic wrap, loosely form it into like a disc, wrap it back up in the plastic, then stick this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Then while our dough refrigerates, we have 1 leek. You want to take these darker green parts off, just hit them with your knife, they'll pop right off. Take this root end off, split this down the middle, and we'll thin slice this whole leek. This one's pretty clean, but leeks can get real sandy and dirty in between the layers, so I'm gonna go give these a wash. Then mince 1 garlic clove. You can use more than 1 garlic clove, I just don't wanna overwhelm these beautiful local tomatoes that we got. Then you're gonna place about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, your washed leeks, and your minced garlic into this pan. Then we're gonna place these over low to medium heat and just sweat them until they're fully cooked, maybe a few minutes. Here's where you can use your deli container lids. Place one with the lip up, a handful of tomatoes, then this one you place with the lip facing down. And I like to move to the edge of my cutting board so my hand can operate off the cutting board. Makes them much easier to slice. Once you've halved all your tomatoes, add your sweat leeks, a pinch of kosher salt, and just to be a little fun, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Now we'll set this aside, we're gonna get our dough back out. Then dust a work surface with all-purpose flour, and we're gonna roll our whole chunk of pie dough about a 1/4 inch thick. A little bit more flour up on top. And as you roll this, just be patient. Sometimes pie dough can be a little bit flaky, but that's a good thing. We're gonna fix it in the end anyway. Then I have a lined half sheet tray over here, and I'm gonna dust it with a little bit of cornmeal. You can use regular all-purpose flour on here, but this cornmeal is gonna give us a really nice texture. And I like to use a spatula to help me get this up off the table, then I'll transfer it onto my tray. And this will fall apart most likely, but we're gonna fix it on the tray. And as you lay your dough out onto your tray, if you have any high spots, the dough is soft enough you can press it down with your hands. Also, if there's any gaps anywhere, you can pinch a little bit of dough off and just plug those gaps up. Then you can spread a layer of ricotta down on here, or boursin would be delicious, but I have other plans. We're gonna take some of our tomato, I'm gonna pull it up out of the bowl because I don't want all this liquid. Then you're just gonna take sections of your dough, again, your spatula can come in handy right here, and you're gonna fold it over to create the shape of this galette. Form this into whatever rustic shape you like, and this is optional, but you can brush it with a little bit of egg wash. Then I'm gonna place this whole thing into a 375-degree oven, and we'll check it after about 25 to 30 minutes. Then let this cool down before you go diving into it. This is even the type of thing that's delicious at room temperature. But I'm gonna serve mine with a couple slices of brie cheese, maybe a little drizzle of olive oil, and if you feel like getting wild, some coarse sea salt, some torn basil leaves, and follow me because I'm just getting started with tomato recipes.